Hello children, welcome to today's class. Children, today we are going to start up with our lesson 2 on social, the Constitution of India, part 3. So already we have seen part 1 and part 2 of this lesson, isn't it? So we have seen in part 1 what is mean by constitution and why we have the Constitution of India. What is the purpose of having a constitution, that is a set of rules and regulations to a country? And we have seen what is meant by preamble and also the other important terms which has been inbuilt in our constitution. And we have also seen the important terms of the preamble. In the second part, continuation of that, we have seen about what is meant by fundamental right and what is meant by fundamental duty. And by that way, we came to know about the difference between fundamental rights and fundamental duties. And along with that, we have also seen the directive principles of state policy. So children, in this way, we have seen about fundamental rights and duties and about our drafting committee and constitution of India, isn't it? So for this concept, we are going to do a small fun activity. I am going to start up the activity with the first part as match the following. I have given 6 to 7 questions here. For all the questions, the answers are given in the right side. So kindly match the answer to the right question. Shall we start? First is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The optional answer is Republic. Second, B.R. Ambedkar, Socialist. Third, a state where the head of the state is an elected person, first Prime Minister of India. Fourth, a state where the government is run by the elected members of the people, democratic. Fifth, a state which is independent of external interference, chairman of the drafting committee. Sixth, a state where there is no discrimination against any religion, secular. Seventh, a state which lays emphasis on economic and social equality. So children, whichever question and answer which I have given here is not the right answer, you have to choose the answer correctly and match it with the right question. So kindly take your notebook, draw a tabulation box, write the question, match the answer and fill up the tabulation. So children, shall we move on to the next slide? So here comes your next activity. I have given a picture. In that you have to identify and sort each into a correct category. I have given here blue color boxes. These are all your options that I have given. 6 options. In the 6 options you have to categorize which will be comes under the fundamental rights and which will be coming under our fundamental duties, that is responsibilities. Shall we start up with the option, children? Pay taxes. Next is protect public property. Next is free education up to the age of 14. Next is obey the law. Next is follow our own religion. Next, free speech. Next, respect others. Again I repeat the options. Pay taxes. Protect public property. Free education up to the age of 14. Obey the law. Follow our own religion. Free speech. Respect others. So children, kindly categorize the right answer under the right topic. So the next thing we are going to see an interesting video, and children kindly watch this video carefully so that you can able to observe many facts from the Indian Constitution of India Already we have seen about the introduction what is meant by constitution, isn't it? So there are so many interesting facts about our Constitution of India which we have to know. So from this video you can able to grasp the points. So kindly watch over the video, children.
Hello children, welcome back. In our study table today, we are going to learn about the Constitution of India. The Constitution is the supreme law in India. It's a document which describes the rights and duties of its citizens and the way in which it's governed. The Indian Constitution is the longest in the world. It took around 2 years, 11 months and 17 days for the Assembly to finish writing the entire Constitution, and that too handwritten. The preamble can be referred to as the preface, which highlights the entire Constitution, like an introduction to the whole thing. It clearly states what power the government has over the citizens as well as the rights and duties of the citizens towards the country. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the principal architect of the Indian Constitution and independent India's first law minister. The Indian Constitution is unique in its features. Also, many of its features have been borrowed from various other countries like United States of America, France, Ireland, Australia, Japan and Canada. Did you know that the Indian Constitution is the world's longest for a sovereign nation as it touches every aspect of the life? Since the formation of the Constitution on 6 November 1949, about 100 amendments have been made. Amendment means changes. Though India became a free nation on August 15, 1947, it declared itself a sovereign democratic and republic state with the adoption of the Constitution on January 26, 1950. And that is the reason why we celebrate India's Republic Day on 26th of January every year. The Constitution of India guarantees certain basic rights that are essential to the well-being of every citizen. These are known as fundamental rights. Hence, let's have a small recap of the topics that we discussed today or the points which we learned about the Indian Constitution today.
So the summary tells the Constitution is a document which describes the rights and duties of the citizen and the way in which it is governed. The Indian Constitution is the longest in the world. The preamble can be referred to as the preface, which highlights the entire Constitution. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the principal architect of the Indian Constitution and independent India's first law minister. The Indian Constitution has features have been borrowed from various other countries. Since the formation of the Constitution on 6 November 1949, about 100 amendments have been made. India declared itself a sovereign, democratic and republic state with the adoption of the Constitution on January 26, 1950. The Constitution of India guarantees certain basic rights. They are essential to the well-being of every citizen. These are all known as fundamental rights.
That's it.
So children, from this we have seen so many interesting facts regarding Constitution, isn't it? So next we are going to see about the fundamental rights and duties in the mode of conversation between the student and the teacher.
Our rights and duties.
Every country has a set of rules according to which the government governs the country. This set of rules is called Constitution. Our country also has a constitution. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the architect of the Constitution of India. The Constitution of India is the longest written constitution in the world. It came into effect on 26 January 1950 and India became a republic. Since then, this day is celebrated as a Republic Day.
How does the Constitution help us?
Our Constitution gives every citizen some basic rights. These are called fundamental rights. These rights are for the well-being of the citizens.
What are our rights, sir? All citizens, irrespective of their religion, caste, race, sex, and place of birth, are treated as equals.
Very good, Meena. Who can tell me the next one?
The right to freedom allows all citizens to speak freely, choose any occupation, and reside and travel anywhere within the country. It also provides for free and compulsory education of all children between 6 and 14 years of age.
Very good, Rahul.
The right against exploitation ensures that poor people are not made to work without pay. This right also does not allow children below 14 years of age to be employed.
The right to freedom of religion means that all people are free to follow any religion.
Cultural and educational rights protect the minorities. It also allows them to develop and preserve their culture. The right to constitutional remedies allows every citizen to move court if any of their rights are denied.
Very good, class. We now know that all of us have some rights, but with rights come duties. Let us see what our duties are. We must abide by the Constitution. We must show respect to the national flag and the national anthem. We must take care of the environment. We must take care of public property. We must preserve our cultural heritage. Parents or guardians must send their children to school. Our Constitution gives us some rights and expects us to perform certain duties. We should abide by these and become dutiful citizens of our country.
So children, from this video again we have a recap about what is meant by fundamental rights and what is meant by fundamental duties, isn't it? So I hope that everyone has been clear now with your basic fundamental rights and duties, and I wish you each and everyone to be a dutiful citizen of our country. So coming back to our session, so for the first we have started with the match the following, isn't it? So here I have given the right answer for the question so that you can also have a check over with your answers. First is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, first Prime Minister of India. Second, B.R. Ambedkar, Chairman of the Drafting Committee. Third, a state where the head of the state is an elected person, Republic. A state where the government is run by the elected members of the people, Democratic. A state which is independent of external interference, Sovereign. A state where there is no discrimination against any religion, Secular. A state which lays emphasis on economic and social equality, Socialist. So children, I hope you that everyone have given your right answer. Shall we have a check over the next slide? So next we have segregated, that is we have categorized the options under the right box. Rights, our fundamental rights are free education up to the age of 14, free speech, that is we are allowed to speak freely, follow our own religion. Our fundamental duties or responsibilities are obey law, protect public property, respect others. So children, towards this we have a beautiful session regarding your fundamental rights and duties. So again and again read carefully your rights and duties. So whenever you are being a citizen of our country, I wish each and everyone to follow our rules and regulations and never negotiate our rights and never overrule the fundamental duties which we have to follow. So meet you up in the next session children. Thank you.